of AIC. AIC's been to CRCs once in 2019. They placed second in the Liberty Conference Series. And here we see Michigan on our left getting ready to kick off. That's about a nice high in 15. AIC immediately takes that ball down. They start going to hands. Ball hits the deck, but taken nicely off the bounce here. Unfortunately, just out of touch, perhaps working out some of those nerves.
Just, a little overeager there from AIC. They really want to put on a good show here. AIC, a phenomenal program. T. Fletcher is doing a fantastic job keeping it on the up. They want to do well at this tournament. Just a little anxious to show their wares there. Put it in a touch.
And it will be a Michigan line out. It will be thrown in by scrum half Shea Loughnane. Shea Loughnane, of course, one of two Loughnanes on this team with his brother Braden, who's wearing the 10 jersey. And a nice clean line out here as the brothers pass it off, and it goes back to Loughnane here, taking it all the way, gets the offload off here. And you see Rector take it down to the ground. Well worked. You see Michigan already trying to build that width, and you will see Hendricks, nice little offload back to Feldman. And Feldman not able to get away from AIC there. Loughnane goes again. Michigan really trying to work the width of the pitch here. AIC coming in with a football-style tackle there. And unfortunately, ball is not out of that 1 meter circle, so that will be a penalty to Michigan. Michigan goes again. Probing here, seeing what the defense can give them. And now they'll take it straight up. That's a nice tackle by AIC.
AIC outdoing themselves here with these penalties.
And there's a dummy there. Immediate quick support from Michigan. Again, and AIC is coming in with the physicality on these tackles. Again, a third penalty in these phases of play. We'll see the one-on-one here. Will he be able to go all the way? And yes, that is, let's see, that's Shea Loughnane going in for the try. A well-worked try all the way down the field there, John.
Really enjoying the Michigan's tactical intelligence. Here we're going to take a look at the try. Loughnane gets one out there and has a little bit of work to do to get there. But Michigan pulled AIC across the field multiple times. It tires out the defense, really get the lungs busting out there. And they forced them into a bunch of desperation tackles and desperation moves, which, created penalty after penalty. And eventually Michigan gets 5 points out of it.
And conversion is just short, so we remain at 5-0 to Michigan. They will look to restart here. You've got Shea here on the screen from Westwood, Massachusetts. He is the younger brother of Braden, who is in the number 10. And their older brother, Gavin, is the one who introduced both of them to the sport of rugby, so they have him to thank.
All three play for the Boston Irish Wolfhounds program up there. Very proud Boston youth program.
And we get started again with a nice high and 10. And Michigan able to recover their own ball. As Max Rector looks to keep his feet, as the AIC looks to get them to the ground. Referee is playing an advantage to Michigan. We will go back for the penalty.
Penalties just really the Achilles heel right now for AIC. They need to cut this out and get some ball in hand. Haven't had a good opportunity in offense yet.
And just as you say that, John, another one yet again. You wonder when the referee is going to start to put in some discipline here. You know that T. Fletcher, AIC coach, is going to have a strong message for them at halftime.
I would say, and it's getting on the wrong side of the ref this early in the game can cause a lot of problems as you go forward.
And they look to switch it back to the short side here. A little bit shaky, and we see AIC come up with the first possession that they've had all game. Michigan being very physical in the breakdown. Not to say that Juan Pablo Barzi takes it, breaks away, sees the hole, and a nice easy jog for him to finish at the end. They call him Wampy is what I understand here, John.
They do call him Wampy.
He's from Buenos Aires, Argentina.
And Huampi there gave them just what they needed. They've been in defensive and penalized time and time again. They needed somebody to stand up and put them in a good mood and bring their spirits up. And that was Huampi right there, converting his own kick and just taking it for a good run. They really needed that break.
And here we see Michigan just so physical in the breakdown, but then Huampi spots the Michigan player trying to dive into that ruck, and he just backs himself all the way. He's been a soccer player since he was a kid. This is his first year at AIC, only 19. And as we see, the kick goes underway here. Looked like a deep kick from AIC, and Michigan tries to counter by sending a deep kick in. However, referee will go back for a penalty. Quick tap from AIC. And it looks... there's no try score. There's a penalty. Maybe the referee didn't like the quick tap, but we go again here. AIC's got the ball, and that is Afa Sant, 20-year-old out of East Palo Alto, representing his East Palo Alto Razorbacks. He goes in for the try.
Go Razorbacks, great program. A 6-foot, 270-pounder on a sevens field is something you don't see very often. But Afa Sant has no problem playing with the speedsters and just shows right there what he can bring to the game, just powers through. 5 meters out from the line, there are not many people on the AIC team you'd want ball in hand more than Afa Sant.
Especially when it's 5 meters out from the try line, John. And I don't know if we'll probably see the replay here in a second, but that size mismatch, that's what you want all day. The score now is 12-5. And again, we see the quick tap here.
Huampi just takes it out in the big unit.
I mean, you have Sant against Thomas Hendricks. That is a huge mismatch. You'll take that any day as we look for AIC to restart. Unfortunately, kick just doesn't go 10, so we will see a free kick from Michigan.
Commonly referred to as the coach killer. Team scores a great try and then muffs that kickoff in sevens, giving possession and territory to the opposition. Michigan opportunity here just at the end of this half to get this score a bit closer.
And Michigan started out so strong, really working both sides of the field. Let's see if they can do the same here, get another try on the board. But Afa Sant goes into the breakdown. Again, his physicality wins the ball back for his team, and he's got the ball back again. Really nice working in the offloads. There goes Huampi. He is just slicing and dicing through the Michigan defense, and of course they spin it out now to Jaden Renahan. Renahan gets out of that ankle tap tackle and goes in for the try. It is 15-5 Michigan.
I feel like T. Fletcher just took a huge, deep, satisfying breath right there as her team goes up by a little more. Great interplay here. There's the big fella Opthon. There's Huampi Juan Pablo Barzi. He gets it out. Once they go to the edge here, they've got Jaden Renahan. And Jaden Renahan, the exercise science major from Southington, Connecticut, gets 5 points on the board.
And conversion is no good. The score now is, I think, 15-5. But the scoreboard is showing 17. We will confirm that score for you in a second. Halftime here. Be back in just a few minutes for the second half of this match. AIC really having a late first half push to take the lead, John. And that's a nice high ball. Michigan catches that ball cleanly. Good platform on the breakdown as they look to start to stretch it wide here, something that they did here in the first half. And right now just trying to run out of the hands of AIC. Their defense looking a little bit jumbled, sends a nice kick deep, putting some pressure on them, and referee blows her whistle to go back.
I think we're going to come back for a penalty here against AIC for a late charge on the kicker there. Kicker was running for his life a little bit. We're going to bring this back.
And it looks like the referee has stopped her clock. Perhaps having a chat and looking like she is putting her hand in her pocket for a yellow card. That goes to Jaden Renahan, the try scorer from the first half there. And so they will bring it back to that mark as we see Renahan go off. That means that Michigan has a one-man advantage here. but AIC able to recover this ball, but that was illegal, says the ref. Diving over in the ruck. This is Michigan ball.
This was trouble for AIC in the first half, getting in the wrong side of the referee, getting penalized multiple times. They're really going to have to knuckle down here with the discipline.
And we wondered when the ref was going to bring out her card there. Nice big hit from AIC. And a little offload there. A no-look pass that didn't work out very well for them. Now AIC playing a little bit of soccer and just dribbling it all the way down the field. No one's gotten a hand on it yet. And finally, AIC gets their hands back on the ball. And Atlas Fafatai goes down. We see Shane Harding spin the ball out a little bit too high. Michigan player charging up on defense. We see Stovall take the ball under. Penalty for not releasing. And unfortunately, we have a couple players on the ground.
Tough in that tackle there. Player didn't release. Call a penalty. We do have 2 players down. Some big collisions coming in this game.
If there's a hallmark characteristic of AIC, John, I would say it is their physicality in their tackles and also on attack. Looks like everyone is all right as the referee gets set again to restart her clock. So not releasing on the penalty. AIC with the ball again. Of course, AIC is on the left of your screen in black, a little bit difficult to see here. Michigan in the dark blue on your right as AIC protects this ball down to the ground. And that ball a little bit slippery as it gets hot and sweaty and humid in this weather. And ref, now the penalties are going against Michigan. Quick tap from Wampy. Really great IQ there. And he lays down, tries to take a second there, John. Really good IQ.
Wampy, you're right, just has that speed of thought. That penalty comes up, you see there's some space there, just toes it and goes himself. Nobody in front of him. Very happy. You can see, please himself right there, looking for a substitute at this point with 4 minutes to go. But Wampy, what a good score by Barcy right there. And AIC shorthanded, good work to extend the lead.
Yes, typically you think in the 2-minute advantage that teams have.
Here it is, that speed of thought. Referee could barely get her arm down from calling the penalty. Referee Beckett, he just slows down that run, heads towards the try line. He's made Coach Fletcher happy.
Score now is 24-5. AIC conversion was good, and typically, John, in those 2 minutes when you had the advantage, you think that team has taken all the momentum, but instead AIC was able to fight against that and like you said, build up the score.
Very important for them.
And we see Wampy gets rewarded with a break onto the sideline. That means we have a new kicker here. Nice high kick. Bouncing off Michigan chest, and AIC able to recover that ball here. And hands in the ruck there on
silly penalty for
Rockland.
Michigan. A sillier penalty for Michigan, as this player is going to see 2 minutes.
Michigan getting a card, and now we're actually at even strength here. 6-on-6. John, can you explain what that penalty was for our viewers at home?
That penalty was inside the 22. You can't obstruct the play. You cannot slow down play. There was a penalty. That player needed to be back 10 meters, didn't get back there, and resulted in a yellow card and a penalty.
And Adam Martinetti, number 9, takes the quick tap and decides he wants to go himself, taking on 2 Michigan defenders, dotting it down. Martinetti out of Weymouth, Massachusetts, played for Weymouth High School Rugby Club and Mystic River Rugby. Strong club up there in New England, and he's had plenty of experience up there playing for the Free Jacks Academy team, the Independents, playing for the Mystic River Collegiate Selects. A lot of hockey experience, as most New Englanders do, and that is a perfect conversion to take another 2 points.
Great kick from AIC, extending that lead. Clear winners coming to this game, allows T. Fletcher to put in some reserves or additional players, give people a break in this hot and humid day.
And they go again to the same spot, this time recovered cleanly by Michigan, but Two physicals, AIC in the breakdowns, rewarding themselves with the penalty there. As you see, Jesse Emerson try to quick tap. The referee says, no, let's go back to
255, another one of these big units for AIC.
We see Jaden Renahan back on the field again, so probably 7-on-6 for 30 to 60 seconds more. Martinetti takes it up again. Renahan spinning away out of that tackle. Getting good go forward. We see Emerson diving for the line. Again, just too strong as AIC, John.
The second big fella to get a try for AIC was Sant in the first half. It's a very happy Emerson in the second half. Close in, give it to a big fella, let him draw on some opposition defenders. If he can't make it to the line, there's going to be room out there, but no assistance needed for Emerson.
And AIC, I think, really playing into their strengths as a big physical team. As we look for this conversion, and that sneaks in just inside of the right post. With just a few seconds left to play, scores 34-5. All right, AIC will kick it off again. This time to the other, or same side of the field. Same spot, recovered well by Michigan and being thrown down to the ground. Michigan just one last attempt here to get more points on the board. And unfortunately, offload just goes to the ground. And that will be it for that match. AIC 34-5. Let's take it back down to Christina Swift on the sideline.
Hey guys, it's going great down here. That game was electric. You could really see the sidelines of AIC getting pumped up once they started getting the first tries going. The whole sideline was going crazy. Some of the subs got to come on, and it was a great end of the game. Make sure to tune in to CBS Network at 2 p.m. Eastern. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Christina. And again, we will be on CBS Sports Network at 2 p.m. Right now, you're watching us on the Rugby